at a point I really wanted to change the way I do my live stream. I'm still trying to get the best monitoring I can, but I still didn't find exactly the way I wanted to sound. But this is gonna take some time. I just changed the whole setup. So actually, as we are live now, I'm actually live testing it for you. So listen, when you test by yourself and you're not really talking, you don't really realize all the differences of the different syllables, and because you're testing, you're just saying a check 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 check. So it's not the same thing as really talking to the microphone and listening to all the differences, right? Let me show you the setup that I use with the UAD on this new live stream. Okay, this is what you call the console. So when you have a UAD, Apollo, Twin, whatever of the UAD, you get this. It's kind of a virtual mixer, right? And as you can see, my voice is going through this one here, and my problem was I wanted to use the UAD instead of going through USB because of latency and just using the plugins that I have with the UAD. First of all, I wanted to use the UAD, but my problem was the master. So this is this. If I sent this directly, so the master with the music, Spotify, etc., Chrome, and sent it directly to to Ecamm, I would have an issue where my microphone would be sent to Ecamm and then sent back to the monitor, and then the monitor sent back to Ecamm, and this would create a loopback, which result in what we call larsen, because the sound is just looping from you to me to you to me to you to me. So I had to understand a way to do this without the microphone going to me and to you at the same time. So I want you to hear me, but I don't want you to hear what I hear, because I would have my microphone 2 times. So for this, you have to create 2 mixes. And my issue with console is I didn't really understand how it worked, because I'm used to graphical interfaces more than things that are mimicking old studios, and I never was touching this thing in back in the days of the studios, right? So I really needed to first of all figure out how it works, which took me a few YouTube videos, a few training to understand how can I create a mix for my ears and then another mix for you guys. So we are hearing the same thing. I'm hearing the music, I'm hearing etc. But I can remove the music for me or anything, right? And then send to you something different. So Master Electronic, leave me alone with your geopolitics. I'm talking technical here. I'm having fun. So, see, first of all, I had to understand the I/O, because the first problem was creating the loop was that the mix of what you're hearing now, which is my vocal plus Spotify, was going through here, the stereo, and then going to you, and then coming to me as a monitor, because I was actually listening to the monitor, which is this. And because I was listening to the monitor, my voice was in there and was sent to you and then sent back to me and then sent back to you because it was a monitor. So I had to have a mix for my headphones and then a mix for you guys. So in my headphone, I could hear my voice and everything else, and you could hear a different mix, and those would be separate, so they would not go back to each other because it's just two different mixes. So the first thing I had to do, I had to go to the settings of the UAD, and I had to change my monitoring here to 1.2 to be monitor left and right instead of what it was before, which was the mic, the line in and out. Then I create two virtual channels in here, right? And then I went to my audio and MIDI. So let me do this, MIDI. I had to go to my audio and MIDI setup, right? On my, choose my virtual audio as my UAD, universal audio, as an output channel for the whole system, and then put my speakers as virtual 3 and 4 for the Mac. Once this was done, everything that was coming from the Mac would come here to this virtual channel. And then everything that would come from Logic, I send it through Logic. If I want to make you listen to music, it would come from here, DAW audio. So this is virtual 1 and 2, and this is virtual 3 and 4. I just renamed them and I linked them together. So once I did that, I created a vocal chain with all these things. So I'm going to make you listen to everything without. All right, this is me without anything. So I actually kind of like my voice without anything because there's a lot of things here that I didn't. I mean, I like my vocal not to, if I put too much high in it, it becomes raspy. So the good thing is now that I'm hearing myself talk, I can edit at the same time. So now, first of all, I'm going to turn on the API Vision. Let me turn it on. So as I'm turning it on, you can see that I boosted the signal here. Then there's a little bit of EQing going on here. And then this is the gate. Here, when it becomes yellow, it silences the whole thing. So I think it's a little too harsh. So I have to find the right, see, it's too rashy. There you go, much better. Yeah, I like it better like this with a slow attack. And then I'm gonna save it first of all. And then I did a little bit of EQing. And this I will change as I go. But I'm gonna save this first as Kaysha podcast. Save. Yeah, replace. There you go. So after the voice going in there, I send it to this, which is a plugin that remove the noise from the room. So listen, if you have, I have to turn off the music for you to listen to it. If I remove the gate and I remove this, you can hear the noise from the room. You see, you hear my AC in the back. And now I'm going to turn it on. Wow. You just remove the whole noise from the AC. These plus the gates give you a real control of your room. So I use these two. Sorry, you couldn't see it. So this is really to remove the noise from your room, AC, noises, etc. After that, I have in my insert. After that, I have hello, Christine. After that, I use another EQ. which is the Neve 1073, and I believe that this is what is giving me a little more of a raspier voice. So I mean, it's okay. I'm not saying that I don't like it. It's just that it sounds just a little too raspy. But it's something that I'm gonna have to play with here until I find the right setting that I like. So this is what I put after that. After that, I put a compressor, the LA2A. So this one here, what it does is that it, whenever I speak too loud, it's gonna remove a little bit of the sound. So if, let's say I do this, you see, it takes the sound and put it down. And I have another one of those in this one, in the API, the API vision. I have another compressor here that takes out any hard noise, or if I want to talk fast or loud, sorry, or in front of the microphone, you can hear that it reduces loud noises. You see when it becomes red, that it is removing the noises that are, I mean, loud sounds. And then the last thing on my thing is the last thing on my thing is a limiter. So when I turn it on, yeah, you get the final sound where it takes everything to only maximum output of 4 dB. So whatever I do, the signal will never go higher than this. So I can really control. So even if you see, when I say do this, the blue line that you see here, sorry, let me take you here. The blue line that you see is the correction of loud noises. So that's the vocal chain I came up with for now. I'll probably change it as I go, but and then to help with the, let me turn on the music again. All right. And the music in the back helps also with the, if your gate is too trigger happy, I would say, this helps you a little bit. But yeah, that's my setting. Okay. Now this is the vocal setting, and the good thing is I now control the sound that you receive from here. If I mute here, you will not. So it's still going in, but when I mute here, this is actually what you receive. And when I mute it from here, because I'm sending it to an auxiliary, which is here. So this is your mix. Here you have the mix of my microphone that comes out here. And when I mute it from here, you don't hear me anymore. So that's on this side, this is my vocal chain. Now, the music and the logic would come from here if I was not using Ecamm for live streaming. Because I'm using Ecamm for live streaming, I have a different setup on that part. So now this is where I go to Loopback to create the two mixes, one for me and one for you. So this is Loopback. And on Loopback, as you can see, first of all, I created a virtual channel called Streaming Microphone. And this one is just a representation of my UAD and everything that is coming out of it. So you have, this is the monitor, which represents what you see here, right? And this is the monitor. This is my vocal. Number 4 is my vocal that would come from my monitor. out of my microphone, of my line, the line 4. But number 13 and 14 is the auxiliary, which would be aux2, what I send here on the top here. Not here, but here. So if I cut this here, I can still hear myself, but you cannot hear me. And this actually goes out here on 13 and 14. So this is what I'm sending to streaming mic. And streaming mic is sending directly to you, to Ecamm, which is my streaming software. After that, I have a second vocal virtual device that I'm sending to Ecamm as well, for you to be able to hear the music, to hear Chrome, to hear every other program that I want to send you. And this is this one. It's called BGO Apps. And in this, you have the Finder, you have Fission, you have Google Chrome, Photos, QuickTime Player, and Spotify. So for example, you are hearing Spotify from here, and everything here is going to BGO Apps. So as you can see, if I turn on Spotify, you will see the sound here go up a little bit. Look. See? So all this is a stereo mix of everything that I use to play music and anything that is coming from the computer to you. So if I want to play any application, I'm gonna add it here, and then this will go as a stereo file to a virtual channel called BGO Apps. Now, streaming mic just have my 2 microphones, this one plus this other one if I want to sing, and both of them are going to streaming mic, and then you have BGO Apps that are sent to you. Now, this one is called monitor, and this one goes to here, to my ears, and back to my Apollo. So this one is same thing. I have all the same apps, but not the microphone, because the UAD is already giving me my microphone. And so I don't hear myself 2 times. I have this mix here of the same apps, but this is sent to me to my monitor. So all this arrives here in my monitor. Now, the good thing once you have this is that I can have one mix, which is this one, sent to me, and then another mix sent to you. So you are now hearing, so let me show you live demo mode. So you can see now that in here, I have streaming mic, which is the virtual channel that I sent you, with just my voice. And here you have BGO Apps, this is the second virtual channel with the rest of the sound, Spotify, Chrome, etc. So if I mute my voice, I can still hear myself, but you cannot hear me, but you can still hear the music. Now I can mute the music. And the good thing is, because I have my voice on one channel, which is streaming mic, and then every sound effect, etc. on another channel, the great thing about it is that when I record the show, I have the video, my voice, and the music all separately. I have 3 files, and then if I want to edit without the music or whatever, I can do all this with this setup. So this is very, very cool. I still have a few things that I'm trying to do that I didn't understand yet on what's the name of on the console. I'm still trying to send the mix of the music and the rest directly to console without having to have it sent to me by a virtual channel. So I can really have no latency, but I didn't understand the routing yet. I mean, I was watching a video about it, and I think I'm starting to understand how to only monitor something through my headphones. But I was still I think I get it, because you can create, I don't want to, you can create here a mix only for your headphones, and you can tell your, see, these headphones, you can tell your headphones to send you really a different mix. So if I do this now, I'm not hearing the music anymore, because I'm only hearing everything that is here. And on my headphone mix, so where's my headphone mix? My headphone mix is here. On my headphone mix, so I turn it on, see, I only have line 3 and 4, which I only have my microphone, but I don't have Spotify coming here because it's being used by the virtual channel. So I still have to get how to do it, but it's not a problem. It's just that when I'm going to be live recording, I just want to make sure that everything goes according to plan. But for now, this is my live setup. I'm very happy about it. I still have to, find the right voice, and I'm gonna test it, because I want to test it also on TikTok after this show. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. So this is my crazy, it's not crazy, it's just my live setup.